Hey there gang, Susan here with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have a Stampin' Show and Tell for you, and I'm using one of the sketches from the Casing Tuesday Sketches group on Facebook. So here is the basic sketch that I'm going to case. I'm using a new Designer Series paper. This one is called Wildly Flowering, and it comes with the Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Misty Moonlight, Moody Mauve, Mossy Meadow, and Wild Wheat colors, and I think they're pretty fantastic. So something a little mellow, something for fall, but really cool papers. So I'm just going to show you them real quick, because sometimes seeing the big print of them is a little more appealing than just seeing our little snippets that we get here and there in the catalogs. So that's one side, and then the back side is this more muted background, so you can really do some contrasting between the prints. So I think those are pretty great. Okay, so today I'm using Early Espresso and Moody Mauve for my project. And I've done a lot of the paper cutting already. So I've got a card base that is 8.5 by 5.5. I've scored it at 4 1/4. And I'm just going to fold that in half and give it a crease with my bone folder. Now this one's a really simple one, so you can certainly case this with lots of different papers or panels that you have in your own collection. Okay, then on the back side, I've used this one panel, but I'm using the back side for my background, so the two will go together really well. These are 1 1/4 by 5, and they're just going to create 3 strips on the back just as a background panel. So I'm just going to use my liquid adhesive and put those down. So there's going to be a little bit of space between each one, but not too much. If my glue will work. It's been like a week since I've done a video, so my glue says, I'm not going to work for you. We'll convince it. You'd think after a while I would get used to doing my glue, wouldn't you? But I don't. There we go. Alright, so that's the first one. I'll just put that right back on, like here. Okay, this is one's next. Now, you can put these back on so they put the pattern back together, which is the way I'm laying them out right now, but if they don't go back on exactly like that, don't worry about it. It's a background, and really this center section is going to be mostly covered up with the next part, so it's not going to be a big deal. And you've like the bigger print, just go ahead and use the bigger print. It's totally up to you. You could also use embossed panels of just cardstock. So, you know, make it your card, make it your way, and have fun with it. Now that one got a little close, but I'm just going to let it be. Alright, so there's that. So now I've got my main panel. So now their sketch said 3 1/4 by 3 5/8, which is what I cut this panel for. But their sketch was 3.5 by 3 3/4. I cut mine down to 3 3/8 by 3 3/4, so that there's a skinny edge all the way around that's equal. So I'm just going to put that on. Well, the sketch would have me put it on like that. Let's see. That would be like that, and then I've got myself a tag. I actually think I'm going to turn this. I'm going to turn this sideways. Because it's my card, I can make it my way, right? So I could do this. I could even fan it out if I wanted to. I think I'm going to fan mine out just a little bit so that we've got a little offset of that going on. So first I'm going to put this one down on my cardstock, offset just a little bit so that Moody Mauve kind of peeks out all the way around the edges. And then from there I've got my Moody Mauve twine. I want to try some Moody Mauve twine in there. This is going to go with that. This could go across. Maybe? Yeah, let's do some of that. Alright, so let me stretch out some of this. Now, the one thing that gives me a little bit of trouble with twine is that it's all wrapped up, and so then if I want to make it long, I kind of have to work it so it cooperates. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an edge of dimensional and use it like an anchor. So, let me just put some of that out like that and then anchor this down. Okay, and now I'm going to wrap a couple of times. Just come back and tie a simple knot right here. Okay, so I'm going to spread this out so it kind of creates like a, I want to say a web, but not really a web, just kind of a fun frilly piece there. Okay, I'm going to put that whole thing up on dimensionals, pop it all up. Okay, so let's place this on. So, kind of skewed off to the side a little bit. And put that down. Okay, I'm going to leave those the way they are right now. Maybe I'll trim them after, but I'm going to leave them like that for now. Alright, so now we need a little sentiment. Right? Some sentiment. So, I'm going to use So Sincere. I really like this one. I'm going to use Just Love Spending Time With You for this one. So, that's this one. I've got my Moody Mauve ink, my clear block. So let's get this stamped on there. Now this stamp came from So Sincere, and the die comes from the Designer Tag Dies, which is an online exclusive only. I'm going to wipe my extra ink off this edge because I don't want it to smudge. Hopefully by doing that won't get over stampage. Yeah, okay. Good. Alright, so there's that. Now I could stick that really anywhere I wanted to. I could stick it under there. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it right under there. So I'm going to go ahead and use dimensionals. Might get a little thick in the middle, but it's alright. I don't think it'll be too bad. Flip this over and I'm going to slide that under where that twine is. Make sure I'm far enough up so it doesn't come off the edge of my card. And I'm going to call that done. Okay, so like I said, I used a sketch from Casing Tuesday's Facebook group. I've used new paper, Wildly Flowering. I used the So Sincere stamp set, and I made my own little card with it. So I hope you enjoyed this quick and easy show and tell. As always, do some fun stamping, and leave me a comment. Let me know you visited, and let me know if you'll give this one a try. Alright guys, see you next time.